What's up, you guys? It's your boy Philip Turner here, and today what we're going to be shooting into is what you can do to overcome your anxiety with a very simple and fast mindset shift. So I got to give you guys the keys to the kingdom here because I get a little bit irritated about all of the noise online, all the different gurus and experts who talk about anxiety in a way that's meant to be overcomplicated. It's meant to confuse you, and it's meant to put all of the power outside of you because in reality, anxiety is in your mind. Your mind generates the anxiety. It's a negative emotion that's generated by your mind. So you got to use your mind to overcome and let go of the anxiety using the faculties and processes that your brain already uses. I'm going to make it really undercomplicated. I'm going to make it really simple for you. I'm going to show you how you can do this right now, and it doesn't cost anything. So you don't have to ingest something foreign into your body to let go of anxiety. You don't have to talk to someone about your problems for years and years and years to let go of anxiety. Anxiety is a very fast and very weak negative emotion to let go of. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what you can do to overcome that and let it go from the root cause so that way it doesn't come back. And I'm just really annoyed. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into it because I don't want to go on a rant talking about all of the experts and just suck the energy out of the video today. So we'll do that. We'll do that on another video. So what anxiety is a future-based fear of something happening in a way that you don't want. It's a sign from your unconscious mind to focus on what it is you do want. Okay, so when you have something turning out in your future in a way that you don't want, your body is starting to generate anxiety because it is fearful of the thing that is going to happen. Okay, it anticipates a danger, so now it has to give you the symptoms of anxiety. Okay, those symptoms are meant to be a survival mechanism. So you're experiencing your increased heart rate because you have to start pumping up your adrenal glands and survive a dangerous situation. You might have to fight someone. You might have to beat the shit out of a tiger. You might have to run. So your body has to it has to generate some energy to survive, okay? Your mouth is going to start to dry out because it's not the time to be eating a meal when you're experiencing anxiety. When you're in a life or death situation, you shouldn't be eating. So it's actually going to dry your mouth out because it has to divert that energy to something else. Okay, your digestive system, your metabolism, all that is going to be basically put on the back burner because you need energy right now to survive. So the sweating, all those symptoms of anxiety, that all those ingestion things that you have to put in your mouth to quell the symptoms of anxiety is meant to really just ease the symptoms of the anxiety. It's not actually the root cause. The chemical imbalance isn't the root cause. It's actually just anticipating something in your future turning out in a way that you don't want. It is bad. This is your future, by the way, and this is your past. So the thing in the future is turning out in a way you don't want. You have to survive that thing because you perceive it as being dangerous. So your body, your unconscious mind's prime directive is to run and preserve the body all the time. That's the number one thing that it's always supposed to be doing. So if it thinks that it's in danger, it's going to do everything it can to keep you out of that danger. So when you have that negative event in your future in a way that you don't want, it's survival. That's why you're experiencing the anxiety. So you have you right now looking into your future in some unconscious way. You have a timeline. Everybody has this. This is how you know that something happened yesterday versus it happening tomorrow. So you have to have some concept of time. Your unconscious mind organizes your memories in some sort of linear fashion. So that way you know that something happened in your past versus it's gonna be happening soon versus what's happening right now. Okay, because if you didn't have that, then all of your memories would all just be happening right now and you probably wouldn't be here. So you have this event in the future, you're experiencing this event in the future, turning out in a way you don't want. This is you right now. You're looking in the future. Bad things are going to happen. Your body generates the symptoms of anxiety so that way you can survive it. And that distance is all going to, the distance between now and that thing in the future that abstract thing that you're just kind of like making up. It could actually happen. You don't actually know that it's going to happen, or that it's going to happen in the way that you think. What it actually is it's a projection. It's a projection of what is happening back here. So you're taking these past experiences, and you're placing them in the future, trying to use that old data to basically predict the future. And it's impossible to predict the future. So you're taking all these negative experiences from the past, placing them in the future, and that's how you're generating the anxiety. But there's no way that you can actually do that accurately. There is warranted anxiety. Like if there was a tiger like in this room, I would have anxiety because I could be harmed. Like that's a legitimate danger. When a vehicle like is about to like almost ram into me, and you just kind of miss an accident, like your body's in danger there. Like you're supposed to experience some anxiety. That's why you start to freak out, and that's why it feels so big inside your body when you have like some sort of near miss or some experience that actually puts you into danger, because your body's like, whoa, we have to survive. And so then you kind of have that shock, that little freak out. But it's not meant for like returning emails. It's not meant for having to call the doctor's office and make an appointment. It's not meant for answering the phone. It's not meant for just going up and just talking to someone that you're interested in or that you want to get to know. It's not meant for those things. So how do you actually let go of this root cause of the anxiety? Because anxiety is event-based. I want to be clear about that. It's not, if you just have general anxiety disorder, what general anxiety is a lot of these placed in the future. Okay, it's a lot of negative events placed in the future. Your unconscious mind just does that with everything. It's always anticipating the negative thing happening. And like most people will say like, hey, Philip, I don't have anxiety about just like this one thing. I just kind of have general anxiety. It's just a lot of these. It's really what it is. So when you actually let go of all the negative emotions of the past, like all the past anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt, shame, when you let go of all of those and then you re-perceive what is going to be happening in the future, you just start picking events that you might still be feeling anxious about. You start to pick a few of them and you start letting them go like one after another. Then what happens is your unconscious mind will start to generalize that it's only supposed to place positive events in the future. So when it starts to do that, it actually doesn't create the anxiety anymore. The only time you'll actually have anxiety is for a necessary and warranted event. It's really fucking cool. So if you have a lot of events placed in the future that are negative, that's the general anxiety. That's why you tend to be feeling anxiety like all the time. Like anxiety is your base state because you have a lot of shit back here that you're projecting out onto here. And so all these events, you have like event after event after event after event after event. You have all these things happening and like your whole life sucks. Your whole future sucks. And that's why you're experiencing that anxiety. So what do you do about this event that's placed in the future in a way that you don't want? Well, your unconscious mind holds on to emotions based on time. They're temporal things. So you basically have a memory of the future and you have memories of the past. So your anger, for example, you can't be angry about something you can't experience anger in the future. Anger is something that happens in the past and then you get angry about it. Same thing with sadness. Now you can like make something up in the future and make yourself sad about it now, but you have to actually perceive that thing as happened in order to experience the emotion already. So because anxiety is the future-based emotion and all the rest of the emotions are past-based, you kind of have to do this process a little bit differently. So what happens with anger, for example, is you have an angry event, an event in which you experience anger in the past. So what you can do is you can get in touch with this timeline, which is how your unconscious mind stores all the memories, and you can float. You just imagine yourself floating above the timeline. Like however you would do that, I would actually guide you to do this if we were to work together. I'll give you some tools of how to do it with anxiety for free towards the end. But you would basically float up past the event. So this is you now. And you would be looking down on the event as if it's in your future now. So when you do this temporal shift, because you're experiencing the anger from the now, okay? You're experiencing your now, your anger is back here, this event happened, and you look back and you're angry about this thing happening. Okay, this is how all your negative emotions work, by the way. And if you go past the event and you turn around and look towards now and you see the event happening in the future, your unconscious mind cannot hold on to the negative emotion any longer. That's how you get emotions to release. All the time you spent being angry about the thing from then, this could be years ago, this could be like right after you were born, this could have been yesterday, it doesn't matter how long ago it was. If you can still generate the negative emotion about that angry event, all that time between then and now is just spent you getting ready to let it go. This release happens in an instant. So all the change from your unconscious mind all happens instantly. So if you float all the way back to that root cause event in which you first experienced that anger, and you turn around and you look towards now to where that anger is in your future, you float past this event and any chain of events that led to that event, and you turn around and you look down at it from a safe perspective where you're high enough and far enough back, the negative emotion just releases. Your unconscious mind cannot physically hold on to that negative emotion any longer, so then it releases. Negative emotion's gone. So you could try this, and I'll show you how to do this with anxiety. Anxiety is the same. So we have this as our target, this event in the future. Well, with anxiety, you're already experiencing the anxiety in your future. You're already anticipating this negative thing is going to happen. So what you do is you float up and you float past the root cause event, whoop, to where now you're looking back. You're looking back on the event as if it had happened in the most positive and successful way possible. So you turn around and you look towards now. So here's the past. You turn around, go past the event, and you turn and you look back towards now. Watch the event happen in the most successful, positive, empowering way possible. You lock that event into your future. Since the event, as far as your unconscious mind is concerned, the event already happened. So you can't be anxious about, anxiety is a future-based emotion. You can't be anxious about something that has already happened. You can look back on it, but you can't hold on to the negative emotion any longer because the event already happened. Anxiety is a future-based fear. So you turn around and you look towards now, you look towards that event that already happened, you imagine it happening in the most successful, empowering, positive way possible, and your unconscious mind has to let go of that emotion right then and there. And you would actually lock that event into place as if it had already happened, like it's factual, like you're predicting the future, but you're predicting it is going to happen in the most successful, positive way possible. And then you just float back to now. You come back to now and you look towards the future, and then your unconscious mind can't generate the anxiety about the emotion anymore. Like you would have to force yourself to do it and make it happen again. You can always go looking for trauma, and if you go looking for trauma, you're always going to find trauma because your unconscious mind wants to make things that you believe real. So that is how the unconscious mind is meant to serve you. And so you can make anything be real in your future. You can make all the success in the world. You can make all the money in the world. You can really actually truly believe that all the best things are going to happen. And the thing is that bad things still happen. I think you and I can agree that bad things do happen. Yet science has proven over and over that if you project a negative thing into your future, you increase the chances of that negative thing happening. And if you project positive things into the future, then you increase the likelihood of those positive things happening as well. So like you do what you want, but I want to have as many positive events into my experience as possible. And I want you to do the same thing. I want you to have that for yourself. And in order to do that, I have to actually guide you through this process. So if you go to the link in the bio, you can actually get into the free training, a free course where I go a little bit more into depth in this, but in less than an hour, you can have all of the tools and resources that you need to be able to do this process. And it includes an audio release where you can just stick on your headphones, you sit down in a quiet place, give yourself like 8 minutes, and I will guide you through this process so then you can actually experience the release of anxiety yourself. It's really simple, it's totally free, so you just click the link in the bio and get into that course, get into that training, and you can experience the release of anxiety with a simple mindset shift. This is really all it takes. Like, all of the ingestion of things into your body, you don't need to be doing. You can read books like infinitely, and until your unconscious mind reperceives positive events in the future, the anxiety is always going to keep coming up because you're always going to be in the habit of placing you're going to be in the habit of placing negative events into the future. And because that is going to be a habitual process, the anxiety is always going to keep coming back. Until you train your unconscious mind to only perceive positive events in the future, then the anxiety is going to keep returning. So that's how it works. And that's why a lot of the things that you've tried in the past haven't worked yet, because you haven't really actually addressed the root cause. The root cause, negative shit in the future. Your future sucks. So you got to change the future, and then that will eventually change how you perceive the present moment. As long as you carry this baggage of the past, as long as you have context for negative emotions in your past, as long as you have context for disempowering and limiting beliefs in your past, limiting decisions that limit how you experience the world, how you interact with others, all those events in which you experience anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt, shame, embarrassment, all those negative emotions are all still stored in your body. That's how you can think back to past events and still experience the emotion around it. You have to let those go. You have to let them go from the root cause. And during like the 8-hour breakthrough session that I would take clients through, is we actually let go, we highlight the root cause of all those negative emotions, and we would let all of those go from the root cause. So now your body has the freedom and the energy, let go from all of those contextual past memories. And now with your unconscious mind, you still retain the learnings. You still have the learnings from those events, because those events were there to teach you something. Like, the unconscious mind learns from those things. And now you still have data to be able to like not just walk out into the street and get hit by a car. You have the learnings to actually go through your life in a way that is still functional, but you don't have the baggage that's actually holding you back from success. So those past negative emotions are the things that are keeping you from having a really great relationship with someone, from approaching someone that you want to talk to and making friends with them, or starting to date and be in a relationship with them. Those negative emotions and disempowering beliefs is what's keeping you from making money and starting that business that you really want to start, or for growing the business that you have, or getting the promotion, or asking your boss for the raise, or just like doing the thing, traveling the world. The negative emotions are keeping you stuck. The baggage is keeping you stuck. So MER is the fastest, most permanent way for releasing the baggage that I've been able to find ever. So with an 8-hour session, one of the testing and case studies that they did was doing it with people with depression. So people had like massive depression, and in an 8-hour session with mental and emotional release, they're able to overcome their depression in one day. And so far, as far as my understanding is, at least at the time of this video, it's been 100% success rate with 0 relapse. So people are able to do this with their depression. Anxiety is even weaker than depression. Trust me on that one. Anxiety is a really weak negative emotion. Once you let go of fear, anxiety goes away just like way too fast. We would actually, in a breakthrough session, we would actually just start picking events and just rapid firing anxiety. Like, pick another event, let it go. Pick another event, let it go. Pick another event, let it go. And your unconscious mind will just start to generalize, oh yeah, I shouldn't be placing all these negative things in the future, and then it just stops. That's the secret. That's what I do. So get into that free training, click the link in the bio, Bad at Anxiety, and you can take that free training, go through the process, go through the audio recording, sit down, do it a few times, and you'll actually experience for yourself how simple and easy it is, and everything else, it makes everything else look like a joke. Like completely honest, like that's why I get so irritated and so frustrated about like all these different things and like all these just different videos and different weird, like I know I'm labeling this video like a simple mindset shift or a mindset trick. Like it's not really a trick. It's just how your unconscious mind works. So you're not like tricking anything. Your unconscious mind just works this way. And so we're going to use the processes that are already there to let it go. So that's why I get so passionate about it. Much love to you guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, get into that course, click the link in the bio, and I will see you guys on the next video.